Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Black Forest coming to you with another pre-market analysis video. This morning, we're going to be looking at the Euro USD. Before we get to break it down this currency pair, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, but we all know why you're here, which is to find good, credible Forex content to help improve one's ability as a trader and help put some more money in your pocket. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and break down this currency pair, okay? Now, before we get to talking about the technical analysis, let's talk about fundamentally what's been going on with the euro and the USD respectively, okay? Now, the euro has been showing some strength, but this is mostly just kind of due to retracement and the possibilities of a ceasefire of the Ukrainian-Russian incident. There's been one to two rounds of talks, but I think these talks are a lot more promising because it's looking like Russia is kind of going to back down a little bit because they feel like they've proven their point. And I doubt they're going to be pushing for Ukraine to join NATO. And that's because that's really all they wanted to stop. All right. And also that Europe has also the European countries that make up the EU, which constitutes the euro, well, some of the major countries to push sanctions against Russia, and these sanctions started to have a negative ripple effect against the countries that make up the EU. So that's what's been going on there, and then also due to the FUD around the entire European continent European continent's economy being destabilized due to the war that's being fought on it. Okay. And then also coupled with overnight, we had some very poor economic news come out for the euro, which isn't going to be too well for it. Now, the USD is weak due to inflation. It's also weak due to the restriction in the Russian oil that's now having a negative effect on our economy, and it's also furthering out inflation. And also, prior to me making this video, we also had some very poor news come out about the USD. So it's going to be a weak, one of our weaker currencies too, just like the euro. So basically, we have a battle between two weak currencies. Now, any momentum is going to be decided by more likely which currency is going to be weaker than the other. Okay? And it's not a complicated question. Just going to have to ask yourself this. Is there a war being fought in Europe or is there a war being fought in North America? So with a war being fought in Europe, we can safely say that the euro is still will probably be one of our weaker currencies compared to the USD, which is even though we have this push up, we do have this push down, we do have this slight pathetic push up, and now it's looking like it's running out of steam, and we could start continue to go down, or there's a possibility we can range out here, push up as far as this area here before it starts to go down. So we have one of three scenarios, okay? We can have a push up to this area here, range out before we continue to go down, okay? We can range out in this area here, then go down, or we can have a slight push up, range out, and go down. Now, can we have a price turnover? That is very possible, but the only way we can have a price turnover is if one of these currencies are not much weaker than the other, that the other one gains some strength. But with all the precipitating fundamental factors that's negatively against any one of these currencies gaining any type of strength soon, I mean, the only one who can most likely gain the most significant strength is the USD, and it's like the Feds keep pushing good promissory things that may happen if they hike the interest rate. But until that's just a possibility, that does not say that's what's going to happen. But for the most part, we're going to look like we're going to continue to go down. Me personally, I wouldn't touch this because I don't like to battle. I don't like to decide which one is much more weaker than the other. I like to make trading easy. It's already hard enough. Okay. So with that information said, happy trading.